Now, Russia and Ukraine have been accusing each other of preparing chemical attacks, claims both countries have denied. One thing that is clear is a growing humanitarian crisis, with many Ukrainian civilians desperate for help. This comes as U.S. defense officials report Russian forces are just kilometers away from the capital, Kyiv. Shin Ye-eun brings us the latest.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has dismissed Russia's allegations that Kyiv was developing biowarfare laboratories. Russia has repeatedly accused Ukraine of working with the U.S. to develop biological weapons. In a televised address on Thursday, President Zelenskyy shared his concerns that Russia's accusations were actually the groundwork for Moscow to prepare deploying chemical weapons in Ukraine.
This makes me really worried, because we've been repeatedly convinced. If you want to know Russia's plans, look at what Russia accuses others of.
The United States and the UK agreed. Both countries shared concerns that Moscow was preparing to use a chemical or biological weapon against Ukrainians. Over the past few days, Russia has been at the center of international criticism for targeting civilians, especially after 3 people, including a young girl, died from an apparent Russian airstrike at a children's hospital in Mariupol. While Moscow has denied all claims, the UN Human Rights Office said at least 549 civilians have been killed and another 957 wounded since Russia invaded some 2 weeks ago. The international body said real figures could be considerably higher. A Ukrainian parliament official, speaking of civilian casualties on Thursday, said at least 71 children had been killed. But the war seems far from stopping yet. A U.S. defense official reported Russian troops advancing from the northwest part of Ukraine's capital are now just 15 kilometers away from the city's center. To lessen civilian casualties, though, UN spokesman Stefan Dujarric on Thursday called for the need for safe passage and humanitarian supplies. Moscow on Thursday said it will open daily humanitarian corridors from 10 a.m. local time to evacuate civilians fleeing in Ukraine to Russian territory. Kyiv responded, saying no such corridor should be linked to Russia. Shin Ye-eun, Arirang News.